Similarities between Pseudo-Dionysius and Valentinian theology. 800 words. The systems of Pseudo-Dionysius the Areopagite and Valentinian theology represent two profoundly mystical and hierarchical frameworks in the Christian tradition. Although separated by doctrinal commitments, Pseudo-Dionysius rooted in orthodox Neoplatonism and the Church Fathers, and the Valentinians shaped by a distinct Gnostic cosmology, there exists a remarkable convergence in their metaphysical structures, spiritual ascent, and symbolic interpretation of the divine realm. Below is a detailed examination of 10 key similarities that reveal deep structural and thematic parallels between these two systems. 1. Hierarchical emanation from the divine. Both systems understand all existence as flowing from a single transcendent source through a graded hierarchy of being. Pseudo-Dionysius describes a cosmos emanating from the 1 through 9 celestial ranks of angels, Seraphim, Cherubim, thrones, and so forth, culminating in the material world. Similarly, Valentinian theology begins with the depth Bythos, the primal divine principle, from whom emanate successive pairs of Aeons. These Aeons form the Pleroma, the fullness of divine being. This structure is later disrupted by the fall of Sophia, leading to the creation of the lower world. 2. Apophatic theology, via negativa. Both traditions emphasize that the ultimate divine reality is ineffable, beyond human comprehension or conceptualization. Pseudo-Dionysius promotes a negative theology, insisting that the divine cannot be described by what it is, but only by what it is not. In parallel, Valentinian texts affirm that the first father, Bythos, is unknowable in essence and only reveals himself through emanations. In both systems, direct knowledge of the highest God is veiled, mediated, and approached through stages or intermediaries. 3. Mediated ascent toward the divine. Ascent to the divine is not immediate in either system, but occurs through gradual purification and transformation. For Pseudo-Dionysius, the soul ascends through purification, illumination, and union, often by means of the ecclesiastical hierarchy and participation in liturgy. The Valentinians also emphasize an internal ascent. The spiritual seed within the elect is awakened and educated through stages, culminating in gnosis, knowledge that leads to reunion with the Pleroma. Use of symbolism and allegory. Both Pseudo-Dionysius and the Valentinians employ rich symbolic language to express spiritual truths. For Pseudo-Dionysius, celestial beings, scriptural images, and church rituals all serve as symbols pointing toward invisible realities. Similarly, Valentinian exegesis is deeply allegorical. Gospel events, sacraments, and scriptural figures are interpreted as types of cosmic truths, such as the Aeons, the fall of Sophia, or the descent of Christ. Harmor 5. Emphasis on order, harmony, and divine beauty. Each system presents the universe and divine realities as structured, harmonious, and beautiful. Pseudo-Dionysius views the cosmos as reflecting divine order, with each level participating in the unity of the whole. Liturgy itself mirrors this order. In Valentinian thought, the Pleroma is defined by balance, symmetry, and syzygies, pairs of aeons reflecting relational harmony. The rupture of this harmony through Sophia's fall introduces disorder, which Gnosis seeks to restore. 6. Dual cosmology, higher and lower realms. A central feature in both systems is a division between higher and lower realms. Pseudo-Dionysius depicts a descending chain of being, from the one down to matter, with the material world as a shadow of higher spiritual forms. Valentinian theology similarly distinguishes the Pleroma, the true divine world, from the lower realm that came into being through Sophia's error. Humanity stands between these two worlds, called to ascend from the lower to the higher. 7. Soteriology involving illumination. Salvation, for both systems, is not mere rescue, but illumination and transformation. Pseudo-Dionysius presents theosis, deification, as the ultimate goal, becoming united with God through spiritual purification. Valentinian soteriology emphasizes the awakening of the pneumatic element within the individual through gnosis, which restores the elect to their original place in the Pleroma. In both cases, salvation is a restoration of divine likeness. 8. Angelology and intermediaries. Both systems use structured orders of intermediaries to bridge the gap between the divine and human realms. Pseudo-Dionysius outlines 9 angelic orders, each with specific roles in the divine administration. Likewise, the Valentinian system describes various Aeons, such as monogenes and Christ, who serve as divine intermediaries between the hidden Father and creation. These beings not only manifest the divine, but guide the soul's return. 9. Christ as a cosmic mediator. In both the Dionysian and Valentinian frameworks, Christ is central as the mediator between God and the world. Pseudo-Dionysius identifies Christ as the perfect image of God, the unifying principle of the celestial and ecclesiastical orders. Valentinian texts describe Christ, sometimes distinguished from Jesus, as the Aeon who descends to communicate gnosis, heal the rupture caused by Sophia, and initiate the return of the elect to the Pleroma. 10. The Church as a spiritual mystery. Finally, both traditions present the Church not merely as a visible institution, but as a mystical body participating in a divine pattern. Pseudo-Dionysius sees the Church as a mirror of the celestial hierarchy, transmitting divine light through ritual and sacrament. In Valentinian theology, the ecclesia is both a heavenly aeon and a reflection in the elect community on earth. The earthly assembly thus participates in a greater cosmic structure. Conclusion. Despite their significant theological differences, particularly regarding creation, matter, and the role of Sophia, Pseudo-Dionysius and the Valentinians share a common vision of reality as hierarchical, symbolic, and ultimately rooted in a mysterious and ineffable source. Their doctrines of ascent, mediation, and divine order suggest a shared metaphysical grammar drawn from late antique religious philosophy. These parallels do not imply equivalence, but they do reveal the richness of early Christian theological diversity and the deep imprint of Platonic metaphysics on both orthodox and Gnostic thought.